Yo, what's up guys? DLE Kamell here, and here to talk about what Kamell thinks about the new box, Signs of Harpy. Now, this is a mini box, not a lot of people were expecting me to get Harpies, but here it is, we're getting more Synchro monsters, 2 Synchro boss monsters in this box, also just 5 Xyz monsters. This is a really weird box, so watch, I do suggested you watch Rise full review. He goes over all of the SRs, all of the URs. I'm just going to pinpoint some of the things that piqued my interest, you could say, or things that I know a little bit about. So let's get into it right away, right? First, let's talk about Harpies. Harpies are the archetype of this box, and whether this box is good or not, or whether you should go into it, really depends on the strength of Harpies, right? You would go in for Lightning Vortex just because it is an extremely powerful card, but you know, unless it becomes a core staple or side deck card, something you need to get, I would not even go into this box for a card like that. You know, you of course you do the smart thing, you wait until you see tournament results for Lightning Vortex. But of course, if you have any desire to go into this box, the main archetype is Harpy, so I do believe that is what you're going to be looking at. So this boss monster has a very powerful effect that works in tandem with a lot of the Harpy cards that we have in game. Harpy's Hunting Ground being playable now, and a lot of the Harpy monsters that are SRs, I'm gonna read them in a second, have some pretty good effects. So this one lets you target a monster your opponent controls or one Harpy monster you control and return it to the hand when a spell or trap or a spell or trap card effect is activated. That is pretty general, and it is a very powerful effect, some easy removal that is not destruction in the meta, pretty great. Next, the Harpy archetype has 3 SRs, each of them are, oh no, this one is not Harpy Lady on the field. Harpy Channeler, discard a Harpy card, summon a Harpy from your deck. Now the thing about the Harpy boss monster is the Harpy monsters, none of them need to be tuners because you can treat a Harpy monster as a tuner. So Channeler gets you another Harpy. Harpy Harpist becomes a Harpy monster, and then you can return a card from your opponent controls to the hand as well as a winged beast that you have. And then you can recover a Harpy at the end phase. So this is probably kind of the one that's going to be the flex out of the archetype. So, And then Harpy Perfumer, this card's name becomes Harpy Lady. If this card's normal special summon, you can add 1 spell or trap from your deck to your hand that lists Harpy Lady's sisters in its text. This has the same effect as the event card that we'll also be getting in a couple weeks. If you control the level 5 or higher Harpy monster when you activated this effect, you can also add a second such card with a different name. Ooh, so if you already have an established Harpy Lady Sisters or Cyber/Harpy Lady, you'll be able to +2 off of that card's effect. So that is really all of the Harpy support that we're getting in this box. Some of the other cards, I don't recommend you play them. They're pretty weird. Champ, there's a reprint, and then this trap, I'm not so sure about it. We also have Spiritual Wind Art Miyabi, tribute a wind monster, then target 1 card your opponent controls, place that card at the bottom of your deck. I don't know how these forms of cards really would do in Duel Links. Ideally, you want to be using all your level 4s for boss monsters, but I guess if you're going into this box, you're a free-to-play player or whatever, for whatever reason, if this is the form of removal that you get, I'm sure that you are going to play it. So what do I think about Harpies? We're definitely going to need to see a proven build from them in game first. So if you are thinking about going into this box for Harpies, I would definitely wait because they seem extremely one-dimensional and they have no protection of any sort in their archetype. So that comes with the trade-off of them having a lot of disruption. So we'll have to see how the meta fares for them. I definitely hold out though if you are going into this for Harpies. Next though is the next archetype that is really like something to talk about is FAs. I just finished reading these guys and they do seem like a digital bug-esque archetype. Rise said it very perfectly, he hit the nail on the head when he said this. They all have these kind of weird level modulation effects that get better and better the more you activate spells and traps in a turn. So there's like 3 main FA monsters, main deck monsters: Hang On Mock, Auto Navigator, Sonic Meister, and Whip Crosser. These are the summonable level 4 or lowers, and then you modulate these guys' levels change based on the effects that you activate with Off-Road Grand Prix. This card is very powerful. Increase levels of all FA monsters by 2 during the main phase only. You can only use each of the following FA monsters with turn 1. FA monster controls destroyed by battle. You can discard one random card from your opponent's hand. Now, the thing is, this archetype seems to make synchro monsters very versatile. You could probably make a lot of different synchro monsters with this archetype, but again, this is pretty vulnerable. These guys have really great effects, but at any time they can be flipped face down, karma cutted, gotten out of here. A synchro archetype like this, it's looking great. They can do a lot of summoning. Their boss monster even has a crazy effect, but they themselves have no protection and no sticking power, and that should be a red flag to you if you are looking at a mostly free to play deck in a mini box. You know, it is free to play for a reason. It's because it's lacking those key things that frankly sets it apart from most meta decks. So I would definitely think twice if you are thinking about going in for FAs. When I initially read them, things were looking very good for them. You could do a lot of cool things, but you think about the other stuff that's existing in the meta right now, even for rogue decks, right? Decks like Fire Kings, Triamids over there, they are way more established in this deck. They can survive disruption way easier. So let me know what you guys think about FAs, but they are looking like Digibugs right now. Not good, would not recommend at all. There's also some cool ninja support in this box. 2 Ninja Xyz monsters, Blade Armor Ninja and Crimson Shadow Armor Ninja. Should have got these a lot earlier, but I guess we're getting them in this mini box now. It's a shame that we don't get any other crazy ninjutsu stuff. I'm not going to read on ninja stuff. I'm not very excited for ninjas. Let me know if you guys are, but they have never really been top tier since their first iteration. Daigusto Emerald is a pretty crazy Xyz monster from the TCG that is here in Duel Links. Although its effect may not be as crazy as the meta that it existed in back then. Once per turn, you can detach and then activate one of the effects. Target 3 monsters in your graveyard, shuffle all 3 into the deck, then draw 1 card. Target 1 non-effect monster in your graveyard, special summon that target. So the thing is, this would be pretty crazy if Blue Eyes were still utilizing level 4 monsters in their main deck. However, they are not. So you're probably not going to be able to make use of this card's effect in like pretty much any deck, unfortunately. So that just leaves Lightning Vortex to talk about. Sorry, it's kind of on the corner there, guys, but you guys know what this card does. Discard 1 card, destroy all face-up monsters, and you gotta think, discard 1 card is a cost that a lot of decks right now, you don't see them playing 3 Karma Cut and a lot of these other discard traps because the ends do not justify the means. But with Lightning Vortex, some decks may have to say, okay, straight up, to break a Blue Eyes board, to break a big Xyz monster board, I'm going to have to make use of a card like Lightning Vortex. A deck like Thunder Dragons, they play extremely few forms of removal and forms of spell and traps. Why would they not play Lightning Vortex? Just 1 discard. A deck like Blue Eyes that already pluses off of discarding so much, they are gonna definitely play the best normal spell discard trap in the game. So you definitely have to think about how much your deck can really benefit from this. Is it really going to set you behind, and is it worth the 1 card discard for activating its effect? This is a pretty crazy card, and I really want to see how it is played in the meta. I want to see how confident people are at main decking it, because I think that is gonna make a big difference for this box. If this only comes out as a side deck thing and it doesn't see much ladder play, that will be huge against the case of Lightning Vortex. But you know me, I'm gonna pick it up. I suggest competitive players, they're definitely gonna pick it up. But if you're free to play, I definitely say that you can hold out and wait until you see how effective it is. So I think that is going to be it for my thoughts on Signs of Harpy. In conclusion, I think that this box is a skip unless you are a hyper competitive player and you want to get Lightning Vortex. Anything else in this box? I don't see anything else really imperative. If you're a free-to-play player, definitely do not fall for this trap. Harpies and Hang On Mechs, most of it is in this box. Harpies, though, you got to go through another box to get, Hunting Ground. So be careful. There's a lot of flashy stuff here. There's a free-to-play archetype. There's what seems to be a tech back row card. I would hold out, guys. This is definitely looking dicey as it is. So that is my 2 cents on the box. What Kamell thinks. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I know I rambled on for a little bit, but yeah. Peace out, guys. See you later.